Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in a good mood because I finally get to talk about football and specifically the World Cup. The 2026 World Cup is shaping up to be one of the biggest ones yet, as the current generation of stars have finally arrived and the older ones have one more tournament. So I'm going to be doing a breakdown of what to expect, especially for like the half of you that don't watch football but still want to know what's going on. So first we're going to be going through the key players to watch. First we got Harry Kane, English captain and one of the best players of our era. Just came off an amazing season with German club Bayern Munich with 69 goal contributions. We have Lamine Yamal. He made a big entrance to the 2024 Euros and has been a dominant player for Barcelona the past 2 seasons. At just 18 he still has a way to go but is one of the best talents in football right now. We have Kylian Mbappe. If Lamine Yamal is the Lionel Messi of our era, then Kylian Mbappe is Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm going to have a lot to say about him later, so just trust me when I say that actions will make or break this World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo, speaking of which, we have the man himself. Despite his old age, he's still been performing well in the Nations League last year and in Saudi Arabia. He still has a lot of drive and fight left in him, considering this might be his last World Cup. We have Ousmane Dembele. Some people, especially David, would consider him the best player in the world right now, coming off 2 amazing seasons with PSG, winning the Champions League back-to-back. We have Erling Haaland, one of the biggest stars and best forwards in the world. First time in any major international competition, so it will be exciting to see how he performs with Norway. We have Jude Bellingham, a Real Madrid player, and he has had one of the biggest PR pushes in recent years, even more than David Beckham, I would say. He literally has his own app and has a 2-hour documentary on YouTube that you can watch for free. That was made his very first season with Real Madrid, but we love him anyways. We have the Arsenal squad. Just came off an incredible season, being crowned Premier League champions of England and coming in a narrow second place in the Champions League final. There are 16 Arsenal players in the World Cup this year, so that'll be exciting to watch. And then obviously we have the veteran players like Lionel Messi, Neymar Jr., and Luka Modric, whose last World Cup it'll probably be. Now I'm going to go into my predictions for who I think is going to win the World Cup and why. So at first we got Portugal. Portugal is a winner of the 2025 Nations League, and we have a lot of strong players in their roster. Bruno Fernandes leading assists in the Premier League for Man United, Nuno Mendes, Vitinha, and João Neves coming off back-to-back Champions League wins. Other players like Bernardo Silva from Man City and Pedro Neto and Rafael Leao, and also Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup, and the motivation to win in honor of Diogo Jota, the Liverpool player that died last year. Second off, we got Spain. They were the winner of the 2024 Euros, and Lamine Yamal has obviously been a big star for this team. We also have Nico Williams and Ferran Torres up front. Ballon d'Or winner Rodri in the midfield alongside Pedri, Fabian Ruiz, and Dani Olmo. Unai Simon and David Raya as goalkeepers. Overall, this is a very strong squad. Third, we got France. We have Ousmane Dembele at the front. He's a Ballon d'Or winner and back-to-back UCL winner. Along with that, Elise, Barcola, and Doué at the front. Cherki and Chouameni in the midfield, and Saliba on defense. Overall, a pretty solid team, but this is all dependent on Kylian Mbappe. So we're going to go into the Kylian Mbappe Power Hour real quick. For the 2 of you who don't know, Kylian Mbappe is one of the biggest superstars in the world right now, who became famous after winning the 2018 World Cup. He dominated football at the beginning of the decade, playing for PSG and outshining the likes of Neymar and Messi. But Kylian had a problem. Despite his attacking performances in the talented squad, Mbappe was not a well-rounded player, as he could not defend, couldn't work well with his teammates, and would not listen to his coaches. This overall held the team back and prevented PSG from winning the Champions League. But PSG was never really where Mbappe wanted to be. Real Madrid was his dream club, and he was trying to get out for years. PSG tried to appease their superstar any way they could, which probably fueled his ego even more and worsened the problem. And so in 2024, Mbappe left PSG to join the best team in the world at the time, Real Madrid, hoping to win a Champions League with them. Now that Mbappe was gone and PSG could try playing real football for once, they won not 1 but 2 Champions Leagues in a row. Ousmane Dembele stepped up as a well-rounded player Mbappe refused to be and was awarded the 2025 Ballon d'Or and is in conversation for the 2026 one. And since Mbappe joined Real Madrid, they went from being the 2024 Champions League winners to their lowest spot in years. 2 seasons trophyless, embarrassing defeats, manager sackings, and fights breaking out in the locker room that ended with players in the hospital. And all of this is evident that the problem here is Kylian still isn't a well-rounded player, but because he's one of the biggest players in the world, he gets priority, which ultimately hurts the team as a whole. So I have really no idea how good France is going to do. If Mbappe decides to lock in, or other players like a Dembele take the lead, then they have the potential to win. Up next, we got Argentina at 4th. Winner of the 2022 World Cup and 2024 Copa de America, Julian Alvarez, Laurentino Martinez up front, and Lionel Messi's last World Cup. This is a strong team, however, I think there are stronger teams. Fifth, we got England. This is my personal favorite team, so I'll try not to be biased. Harry Kane, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, and Ollie Watkins up front. Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice in the midfield. Reece James, Nico O'Reilly, and Jordan Pickford as the defense. Tuchel is overall a strong manager. This is his first go-around with England, as Gareth Southgate had just left. England is cursed, though. We have not won anything, no Euros or no World Cups since the 1960s, and there is no Cole Palmer this season, so that'll be a loss. 6th, we got Germany. Kai Havertz, who's a Premier League champion and Champions League goal scorer, is at the front. Florian Wirtz and Jamal Musiala in the midfield, and Rudiger and Neuer as the defense. Overall, this is still a strong team. I just think there are stronger teams on there. 7th is Belgium, Jeremy Doku, Romelu Lukaku, and Leandro Trossard at the front, Kevin De Bruyne and Amado Onana in the midfield, and Thibaut Courtois is one of the best goalkeepers in this tournament. 8th is Morocco. They had an amazing campaign in the last World Cup and made history for African football. They also had a pretty good season with AFCON. Captain Achraf Hakimi coming off strong seasons with back-to-back UCL wins. This one's going to be a wild card, but let's hopefully see how well they do. 9th is Brazil. This one's kind of hard to tell precisely. Rafinha, Marquinhos, and Gabriel are all in strong shape despite Gabriel's penalty. Vinicius Jr., Neymar Jr., and even Martinelli might not perform as well as they need to, but Carlo Ancelotti, their new manager, is fantastic and he knows how to get the best of Vinicius, so this one will also be hard to tell. The 10th is the Netherlands. We got Virgil van Dijk, Jurrien Timber, and Denzel Dumfries, and they have been known to pull off surprises in previous tournaments. And for some 3 honorable mentions, first I got Croatia, Luka Modric, who's a great guy, I just don't really feel confident about this team. Norway has Erling Haaland and Martin Odegaard. They haven't been in a World Cup and Euros in a while, so it's also hard to tell. I don't really have enough info to make a strong prediction. And then Sweden has Victor Gyökeres and Alexander Isak, and that's all I got. Well, that's all I have to say for now. Let me know your predictions and picks in the comments below. Bye.